Hi guys, and welcome to today's Bitcoin USD breakdown, where we are going to be talking about everything in relation to Bitcoin USD and the 1 hour chart. So please stick around today because I'm going to show you how I got this insane trade. In fact, it was more like this when you take account into spreads. I got 6 on the dot, so it would have been something around here. This is what it actually would have looked like. So I know what you're thinking automatically. Yesterday, when we were going over, we were talking about this. We're talking about on the line, and we're talking about bringing it all the way down to here, right? A nice 1 to 7 trade, or maybe even higher, 1 to 4 trade, right? I said, put your entry here. I said, put your stop loss here. And it didn't happen. So why am I entering all the way up here and taking it all the way down to here? Why am I not stopping here? Why am I doing this? And how could have you hopped in and had an absolutely massive trade? Because now for me, in week 4, I'm sitting on 26%. So that's roughly more looking like 7% a week for me. Now, if you go back and watch the previous episode, which I highly suggest you do, I highlighted this area right here. This is the area I highlighted. Now, why did I highlight this area? Because I said, if the market starts to look like this, where we have these wicks coming through, basically ending in the exact same area, if the market starts to look like that, that's when we want to hop in. Now, if we have a quick analysis of the how similar these look, you've got that initial push up here with a massive wick. You have that right here. Then you have, just shortly after, only a few hours, 3 hours later, you have another smaller body candlestick, and you have a big wick. 1, 2, 3. On the fourth one this time, smaller body, big push up. Now, it does move around a little bit more up here, but what you can see is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 candlesticks, all ending in the same area. Even 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Realistically, all ending within this area. If I make this a little bit more concise and we do something like this. Within this one space, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 candlesticks, basically ending in this area. 5 if you count this one, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're not going to even count this one. Just within this one tiny area. The market's clearly finding some sort of resistance around here. And that's why I said, if the market structure starts to print out like this, that's when I'm going to hop in. Did it happen where I thought it was? No. But why would you have not hopped in this? Why would you have not put that sell limit there? Well, it's because when we were looking to hop in around here, I was saying how bullish the market was. Why? Because I did quote this bottom here. I did point it out and say this is a higher low. We are looking quite bullish, which is not exactly what we want to look for. I did say the most likely scenario is that it's going to come up here, find some sort of resistance, and then continue to fall down. That wasn't the case. But with me just monitoring the market and coming back every couple of hours, I started to see this get print out. So when I saw this, I thought to myself, oh, okay, we've got a big spinning top. That looks quite cool. Maybe there's a bit of resistance in the market. And then I saw it start to just mess around. Because as you can see, now we have 2 really small body, large wick candlesticks. Much like what was going on over here. 1, 2, 3. The smaller body candlesticks are starting to appear. And these 2 wicks are not far away from each other in where they're ending. Now again, we're just printing out some smaller body candlesticks. As you can see, with much larger wicks. And then, all of a sudden, the EMA has caught up. Check that out, guys. It's caught up. Yes, we're definitely using it as a trampoline, but I'm also thinking at the exact same time, well, if we're using the EMA as a trampoline, much like we're doing down here, why are there not much more bullish signals? Why for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 hours, we haven't been moving up. You could say that about this one, saying, hey, you know, it's really not moving up. But this one had a pivot line to use and bounce off, and it retested, which was really good. We have nothing around here. We have a pivot line slightly up here, right? That's what we're looking at. And then all of a sudden you can see that the market just shoots below. So I actually hopped in when this candlestick here finished. Now, why did I hop in specifically when this candlestick right here closed? It was because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wicks all around the same area, smaller body candlesticks, all starting to print out, and the EMA has now caught up. I took a gamble, I took a risk, I thought, hey, we've really surged quite high above these other areas. I don't think it's going to go that high. I gave it a bit of breathing room, and then I basically, at first, put my first trade here. So I did 2 at 2.27. We can see that it fell down and smashed through, but I also put another one down here at the very bottom. Now, was I thinking I was going to get roughly 8% in 1, 2, 3, 4 hours? No, I wasn't. That's how the market can go. That's how the market can play out. That's what's really handy about it. So, I hope that makes sense as to why I entered the market. When I basically say to you guys, hang around, let's see if this market structure starts playing around, and if it does, hop into the market, well then let's do that. If I say, you know, I don't want to see that it's hopping in unless we get a big wick, much like this, and it's basically testing off here, that's why we're not hopping in. You can, in this game, just set your sell limits, look at what I'm doing, and then say, hey, he said that, I'm just going to sit back. Or you can take it more into your hand and be a bit more hands-on. Because you would have seen this area being printed out, much like this area over here, and then be able to hop in for a big jump to the downside. Now, going forwards, me personally, myself, making 8% in the week, I'm not going to trade again. I've been talking about this big move since Saturday. It's now Wednesday. What do I think is going to happen? Well, again, if this is actually the bottom, which I mean, I really don't think it is. I do think it's going to continue to come down. I know I keep on saying this. This is the pullback that no one expected. I expected it to come up here and then start to fall down. But you can just see that in 2 hours, we took out all this area immediately. Do I think it's now going to come up and keep on going? I did say if it breaks through this area, that's when I'm going to be looking at buys. So what am I doing? I'm just going to be hanging out and seeing what's going to be happening. Even if we wanted another re-entry, I'd still be waiting for it to come up somewhere around this area, test it out, and then fall back down. So something like, sorry guys, it's spring here in Australia, hay fever. Come up, test this area, maybe mess around a little bit, and then fall down. That's what I'm looking for, something like that to continue this move all the way down. The only thing is that, yes, the market is at this point looking a whole lot more bullish. So if we were to go for a buy, even though we know the bias on the 4 hour is now actually bullish. Okay, so only on the daily, the weekly, and the monthly, if I can move this out of the way, is it still bearish? Okay, well, this could be a potential trend change here. Oh, well, let's actually wait until tomorrow and see what happens. I'm not going to even make a suggestion about what's going to happen here. This could honestly be, at this point, the retest for it to start climbing. I mean, if we've made it this far up, and we've got all these untested areas around here, well, honestly, at this point, who's not to say that we're just going to go in for a big push up here and then continue to just basically shoot to the floor? this is a really big potential now. I can't tell, nor can anyone for the market structure of what's going on. I'm just going to have to see what's happening in the next couple of days. But I know that's frustrating for you guys. But the play was made last night. I said, if it starts to print out like this, it did. Hop in. I did hop in because this area looks exactly like this area. We have all the candlesticks ending and I made 8%. So hopefully some of you did as well. You should have, but we'll see. I'm going to wait for market structure because I really don't want to give you guys any bad, how shall I say this, bad predictions. But wait until the next episode, guys, and I will see you then. Well, until then, stay safe and enjoy your day. Bye.